Alrighty guys, hello and welcome back to my channel. If you saw my previous video, which was my trailer reaction to Star Wars The Rise of Skywalker, then you'll know that I wanted to do a discussion video of it, and I said later on, for me this is literally 2 minutes afterwards, but it's later on for you because I'm uploading this one after that one, but I just need to talk about it because it's Star Wars and I love it. Oh, there's a lot to talk about. I'm excited about Star Wars again. That's not a judgment of the quality of Star Wars, that's a judgment of the quality of the fandom right now. I think there's just been way too much bitterness going on. After I recorded my reaction, I love watching reactions. I just love it's like virtually sharing the experience with other fans. And I checked out Blind Wave. Please go and check out Blind Wave. They're a great YouTube channel. I checked out Real Rejects, who are also a great YouTube channel. I think that's it so far. I'm going to watch some more because I do that with my time. And at the beginning of the Real Rejects video, they do sketches as well as trailer reactions. They do a lot of stuff actually, but they do good sketches. And today's sketch was just a brief, like 10-second one before they watched the trailer. And basically there are three of them there. And one of them, they start off by saying, with one of them saying, the problem with The Last Jedi is, and then another one says, Greg says, look, you know what? I actually really like The Last Jedi. And then the third one goes, look, I'm sick of talking about The Last Jedi. That is me. I love The Last Jedi, actually. I think it's great. It's not without its problems. And out of all Star Wars films, I think that The Last Jedi's problems are the most prominent because it tried something new and laid itself bare and open to criticism by trying something new. If it didn't get the old things right, the old traditional Star Wars things right, then it was in danger of getting criticized. And I think that's what happened. But I still really like it. But I am tired of hearing about it. Like, Star Wars is no longer Star Wars to me. It's about The Last Jedi and the reaction to it. And if I say anything remotely positive about it, there's always going to be a troll out there to criticize me for being a social justice warrior, which isn't a bad thing. That's literally what the Jedi are. And that's what the light side of the Force is, about being kind and generous and tolerant, which is what social justice warrior is. Like, anyway. I'm not going to talk about that. I'm very politically minded, and for some reason The Last Jedi has been politicized, so has the inclusion of a diverse cast and things like that, but look, whatever. Let's talk about this one. Okay, I have to be honest, I have a bit of a problem with the name. A lot of people have a problem with it because they seem to be done with the Skywalkers. I think it's just going to be nothing but the rise of the Skywalker legacy and legend. If you watch Star Wars, a lot of the Sith content and the Jedi content is just current Jedi talking about and Sith talking about previous generations of those organizations, so to speak. So I think it's just going to be now they're the new legends that people refer to. Did you hear the legend of Anakin Skywalker, or the legend of Luke Skywalker, who saved the day by projecting himself across the galaxy and stuff like that? And that's the Force power he will use, as opposed to the story of resurrection and stuff like that. So I think that's what it's going to be. But my problem with the title is a similar one I have with the Dark Knight trilogy, actually. I love that trilogy. Great films. Christopher Nolan is amazing, and everyone in it is really good. I think the names for The Dark Knight and The Dark Knight Rises should be reversed. Because to me, the inclusion of the word rise or rises, it's kind of something rising. And for me, The Dark Knight feels like a film where the Dark Knight, Batman, the Dark Knight himself, was establishing himself more than in The Dark Knight Rises, where he was already established. This feels the same. This is the end of the trilogy. This is the end of the saga, the Skywalker Saga. And you're calling it The Rise of Skywalker. So that's why I think it's more The Rise of the Skywalker legacy. So that's one thing I've got to say, which is kind of negative. I'm going to just play the trailer here to inspire some points I've got to bring up, because I've got a few things I want to say. First of all, I like that this trailer kind of takes its time. I'm looking forward to a full-blown trailer as opposed to a teaser where there's going to be a lot of action and stuff like that, because there will be. But this takes its time, and they did that. Yeah, here we go. Here's something that reminds me of Desert Planet. I immediately thought of Jeddah or Tatooine. I might have even said that in my reaction. But the way the camera moves slowly across the landscape, and there's a voiceover, just feels like the Force Awakens trailers. And I'm not saying that as a criticism. I think it's a nice little bookend thing. I think it's a nice little poetic thing. A lot of what I'm going to bring up is poetic and inspired by the imagery, because I'm very much getting into video production and photo and photography. And I'm noticing how filmmakers do things and the stories they tell. For example, the trailer for Force Awakens and The Last Jedi, their teaser trailer, were edited to the same beat almost, to the same rhythms, and they included almost the same content. It's like they were saying, this happened then, but look what's happening now. But using the same model of storytelling in the trailer, which is what trailers do. They tell a quick story. This shot is incredible. I love the way it goes from a wide shot almost to a close-up as the ship flies by. And when the ship flies by throwing up sand, it reminds me of when the X-Wing, Poe's X-Wing in The Force Awakens flew over the water and threw it up and splashed it everywhere. But flying in the other direction across the screen, this one's flying the other way. And look, that's might not be deliberate, maybe it is. I just kind of like it. I like the similarities. And then this shot where Rey's jumping in slow motion over a TIE fighter. It's so cool. I like the use of slow motion. I'm a big fan of slow motion. My theory about that scene is she's being trained, actually. People have said, oh, that's going to be the final confrontation between those two. Oh my God. No, I think she's being trained. Either it's by him or they've got a ship similar to him or they've built a ship similar to his to train for her to take him out for the final conflict. But I don't think that's it. Oh, I just paused it, and it's the bit where Kylo uses the hilt of the lightsaber to stab it into someone, and that's some resourceful choreography, actually, and resourceful fighting, because it takes more to swing your arm back to stab with the whole thing, so why not just a quick jab with the hilt? Oh, the shots are so good. Oh, look, it's just exciting. I don't have too much more to say other than that. I could kind of apply a personal context to the early bit, but the rest of it is just clips that are getting me excited, but they're just clips at the moment. I don't understand what's going on at the end here, and that's great. Like, it's not that I'm dumb about it. It's literally, I don't know what's going on. I've got questions. Okay, another slightly negative thing I've got to say is I'm not sure how I feel about the Emperor possibly returning, but we'll see what that's about. And we'll see if I have a need to be negative about it. I haven't seen the film yet, so I don't know, but I'm apprehensive. Anyway, I'm concerned that it might not be a good move. I might not enjoy it, but it's not made just for me. It's made for the millions and millions of Star Wars fans that there are around the world. And that's something I want to say, actually. This has got me excited for Star Wars again. I think I touched upon it earlier. Too much Last Jedi talk, too much Last Jedi hating, too much Last Jedi defending. I still like The Last Jedi, but Star Wars isn't just The Last Jedi. I'm looking forward to moving forward. And yeah, well, I'm confused about this news about Star Wars films being on hold. I haven't read much about it because it is literally still the next morning from when all this stuff was coming out, and I wasn't reading it last night. For me, obviously, Chicago time, it was 11 o'clock a.m. that it started. Yeah, I'm confused by that. Is Rian Johnson still working on it? I suppose the hiatus period must be for when he's writing the films and the trilogy, which would be cool. If you could write the whole thing before they start making it, that'd be really cool. As opposed to write the first one, film it, write the second one, film it. At least get most of the story idea and the arc of the trilogy sorted out before they start. That could be really strong. That could be really good. But at the moment, I'm going to be really happy with live-action TV shows. Like, we've had the Clone Wars and Rebels and the Resistance, Rise of the Resistance, whatever it's called now. The current TV show, animated show. They're good, but I like live-action. I love those shows. I really do. Like, Clone Wars is some of my... I think the clone era is actually my favourite part of Star Wars. I just love the clones. I love that there are more Jedi. I love the technology from there. The clone ships are my favorite things in Star Wars. They look great. Clones look great. And I love that they don't just look great in Clone Wars. They get so much character and there's more depth added to them. And there's commentary on the fact that they were built and used like droids, but they're living things. Droids are just droids. And they're programmable, whereas clones are humans, basically. Copies of one human or one humanoid, but they are humans themselves. Anyway, look, there's a lot more to say, and I probably will make more Star Wars videos, but at the moment, this will do me. The trailer's good. It's got me excited. Teaser trailer, whatever you want to call it. I'm really happy with it. I'm really excited, and we're going to have many months of waiting, and then we're going to have another trailer, and then there's going to be some people hating on it, and then there are going to be some people excited for it. There are some people waiting for the Skywalker Saga to be done. And there'll be other people like myself who just love Star Wars and want it in any form they're going to give it to us. And I hope that we get access to things like The Mandalorian in Australia without having to sign up to Disney Plus, because I haven't announced when Disney Plus will be here. But anyway, that's for the future. For now, thanks for watching. Hit subscribe and see you later, guys.